Chapter 50. Endurance. The cold-carrying creature was a never-ending speck along the northern horizon. Rainbow Dash knew this, for she had been staring at it for hours. Her pursuit of the monster was resolute. Not for 1 second did she take her goggled eyes off the thing. Mountains and forests and rivers blurred underneath her, and the sun was slowly melting into the west. Fairly soon, the cold blanket of night would envelope the world, and Rainbow would have little to no chance of tracking the creature anymore. She had to do something about that. She had to catch up with the thing. Her dizziness had eventually cleared, but its impact on her flight was undeniable. Rainbow Dash had allowed herself to fall horribly behind. The energy had been sapped from her wings. Her body throbbed from a deep pain. Every nerve in her being was complaining over her refusal to stop and relax like with previous episodes. But if she stopped for 1 second, if she allowed this monster to disappear into the hills of the north, then Red Turnip's little brother may never see his family again. He may never see anything again. Rainbow Dash wondered if this was what happened to the poor souls that the villagers of Winthrow were incapable of observing. Every death and tragedy was simply a creature sweeping one of the helpless earth ponies away to a grim fate. But just where did that fate lie? Was this thing taking the colt to its nest? To some infernal pit? To the end of the world? The creature simply did not stop. Rainbow Dash refused to believe that it had some sort of inherent intelligence, that it was simply distracting her for the sake of distracting her. For that matter, hardly any of that mattered. A colt's life was at stake, and Rainbow Dash couldn't stop to guess what was right or wrong, smart or dumb about her chase. She simply had to continue the chase. Gliding over mountaintops and skimming the roofs of forests, the monster flew ever northward. Rainbow Dash found the path of pursuit easy, since the creature was apparently intent on following a specific range of hills that ran north from the source of Winthrow itself. This is what made Rainbow assume that the destination was going to be a pit or a valley of some sort. Gradually, the hills sloped down and down, so that the landscape was becoming increasingly flatter. What's more, the trees were beginning to vanish, as the topography favored wide plains of grass and moss. Rainbow Dash could only grit her teeth. If somehow she was going to be introduced to wherever these creatures came from, there was a good chance she would come out that day as the first equestrian in millennia to eat meat.